Hey everyone, I'm Walter, and we're back here with more Reddit content. I'm probably releasing this video on April 1st, but it is just a normal video. I guess I don't have much of a sense of humor. This is a story about a nice guy, a man who prides himself on how nice he is. For some reason, a lot of men have decided this is a good method for hitting on women. Well, let's just get into it with Nice Guys from Reddit. This is apparently one of the best nice guys to ever ask for advice on Reddit. Check it out. 5 years ago today, we got one of the most famous nice guys to ever grace Reddit. The full saga in 10 images. The saga of the nice guy boss who thought his female coworker was in an abusive relationship. I am not OP. Original post by blank in Relationship Advice. This is a famous nice guy post that went viral in 2017, long with many parts. I actually started making YouTube videos in 2017, kind of a while ago now. I don't think I remember this story though. Original. Me, 32 male, with my coworker/friend of 1 year. How do I let her know she is in an abusive relationship with her boyfriend, 24 male? July 12, 2017. So a little background to start off with. I work for a non-profit where I'm the supervisor of 10 people that work under me. Last fall, a young woman, let's call her Jennifer, started to work with us through an outside fellowship. Now she's the kind of person that just commands attention as soon as she walks into the room. She is very pretty, but just has one of those personalities that everyone likes, you know? I had to train her when she first started, but was very surprised by how quickly she picked everything up. We do a lot of legal work, and it's not easy for people without previous experience to learn so quickly. So this should give you a good idea of the kind of person she is. I immediately took a liking to her because of her work, but also how easy she was to talk to. During our training, I would say we became pretty close. So much so that I would text her outside of work about non-work related stuff. Also, she sends me Snapchats a lot, random stuff like shows she watches, like friends do. We even go to happy hour alone sometimes, and I think I am the closest to her at work. One time she even had lunch with my mom and I, when my mom was visiting town. So she is someone I consider a very good friend and want the best for her. Now here's the problem. About 2 months into her working with us, I found out she has a boyfriend. Yeah, how fucking dare she, right? Let's find out how he justifies framing this as a problem. To clarify, I do not have any romantic interests and do not care that she has a boyfriend. I really don't care that she has a boyfriend, but felt a little manipulated that she never mentioned him before. I am Supervisor, been training her for a few months. We have been talking about a lot of stuff, so it just comes off as hiding something. People who work in small offices will know what I'm talking about. It was a little hard for me to trust her after that, but I kept it to myself. She was still a great employee, and her having a boyfriend did not change anything because apparently she has been with this guy for 5 years now. He doesn't live in the same city and they barely see each other from what I understand. So months go by and everything is going really well. So much so that I was even thinking about recommending her for a promotion. We became even closer during this time. About 2 weeks ago, our parent group has hosted a fundraising gala. I asked Jennifer if she would like to go with me and she said yes. I always have a great time with her, so I was really looking forward to it. The night of the gala, I called to see when I should pick her up, and she said her boyfriend was in town and he would drop her off, so she will just meet me there. This is the first red flag I noticed. Is this guy really that insecure that he can't even let her date take her to this gala? 5 years and this insecure? That's a problem. But I just agree and say, okay, I will meet her there. I get to the gala and start to mingle. She eventually gets there, but I don't approach her. Honestly, still pretty bothered by what happened earlier, so I wanted her to come up to me and apologize. She came up to me and we talked, but she never apologized for what she did, but I ignored it. Soon we were talking just like before, and honestly really enjoying each other's company. Here's when I noticed the second red flag. Jennifer and I were talking to another couple when she excused herself because she had to take a call from her boyfriend. I thought it was pretty rude, and she has never done something like this before. A little later, she comes back and says her boyfriend is picking her up and she will leave early. Third red flag. She was very much looking forward to this night and suddenly she wants to leave early? You know when you can just tell someone isn't happy in their situation? Yeah, I definitely felt it right away. A little while later he gets there and I shit you not, this idiot walked into the gala wearing shorts and a t-shirt. I almost wanted to laugh, but I didn't want to embarrass him. Jennifer introduces me to him, and I make pleasantries, but I do make a joke about how he must feel a little out of place. He says something like, nah, not really sticking around, so not a big deal. Okay, I don't really get what that has to do with anything. My point was that he was at a black tie event dressed like he was going to the gym. I don't care if you're for 5 minutes or 5 hours, that's weird. So you can already see he is getting an attitude with me for no reason. I follow up with, well, there are some really important people here, and his response was something like, I've met senators wearing flip-flops, I think I'll be okay. Holy shit, I'm getting angry writing this. But you see what I'm talking about, right? He completely rubbed me the wrong way. So anyways, as she is leaving, I tell her to let me know if she gets home okay. It gets around midnight and she hasn't sent me a single message. So I sent her a text and no reply. I sent her another around 1 a.m. saying I am worried and to just let me know she is okay. No reply. Wow, this guy is really something else. He obviously feels more entitled to her time than her boyfriend. The funny part is he probably thinks he's the mature one, and he should be because of his age, but it's definitely not what I'm seeing. I have a hard time sleeping that night because I am genuinely concerned. It's just the kind of person I am. I need to know my friends are okay or it bothers me. I wake up the next morning after getting really bad sleep and she still hasn't responded. This makes me upset because I can see she has uploaded pictures on Facebook but yet won't respond to my text. The only explanation is that her boyfriend is the reason. She always responds to me, and at most a few hours later. So Sunday night I finally sent another message really detailing how upset I was with how she was treating me. Also, how I think how much control I feel her boyfriend is exerting over her was really making me lose respect for her. I always thought she is this strong, independent woman, and suddenly this guy is controlling who she can or can't talk to. Of course I get no reply. Monday, inevitably we see each other at work and she confronts me the first thing in the morning. Before I even get a chance to speak, she says I made her uncomfortable and she just wants to finish the last 2 months of fellowship without any contact that is not necessary for work. This was about 2 weeks ago. I was really upset at first, but honestly, I've done a lot of reading. When you are in an abusive relationship, you stop seeing the world the way it is, and only the way the abuser wants you to see it. It makes me really sad that I am losing a good friend because her boyfriend has insecurity issues. So a few concerns here. She started dating him 5 years ago, meaning she was only 19 and therefore this is pretty much the only adult relationship she knows. Yeah, but they're the same age. They're in the same boat here. You're just making up a bunch of shit about this guy he knows nothing about. Also, the guy is a lobbyist. She wants to work in public service, help immigrants and refugees, but yet dates a lobbyist? Does she really not see the contradiction here? I think over the past 5 years, he has done a good job gaslighting her, and it's to the point where it's affecting her relationship with other people, and it breaks my heart to see this happen to a good friend. My question is this: what is the best approach to let her know of these concerns I have? How can you make someone who refuses to see reality to actually see what is happening? I have spoken to my mother, and we both agree it would be best that she is also there when I confront Jennifer. However, do you think it should just be me alone, or it would be better having a motherly figure also there to talk about something this serious? And if we have this conversation and she still refuses to break up with her abusive boyfriend, what are the final steps that I should take? To be frank, I'm not sure I can remain friends with her if she continues to date him. I'm simply not the kind of person who will stick by someone who is willingly ruining their own life. I can't stop thinking about this and haven't gotten any work done today. I really look forward to your suggestions and thank you for all your help. For any of you that are currently in an abusive relationship, get out before it's too late. Good God, a few things here. This guy wants to bring his mom along for this? That is weird behavior. He's trying to give her a shitty intervention or something. And his arguing that a public servant can't date a lobbyist reminds me of Lucas Werner. Oh, you vote for Bernie Sanders but you won't date a man twice your age? What a bigot. Okay, that was the end of the first post, but the saga is far from over. Update 1. OP posts a modified version of the story to a new sub, Reddit Relationships, on the same day. This post was deleted and I cannot find an archived copy, but here are some top comments and OP's responses. Top comment: funny, the last time you posted this you had a lot more details, which made you look like a creepy, controlling nice guy who is massively overstepping his professional relationship with a coworker by trying to save her from an imaginary abusive relationship based on your own twisted conclusions. Luckily it's still in your post history, so everyone should take a look. She told you to leave her alone. Do that. Another comment: her wanting to spend the little time she has with her boyfriend does not mean she is in an abusive relationship. It means she is in a normal relationship. To be completely honest, you sound like an entitled narcissist. You can't imagine that a coworker would rather spend time with her boyfriend than you, so you create a fantasy where she is a damsel in distress and you are the hero. The only abusive relationship she is in is with you. OP's reply to the above, via profile. Nope, again twisting my words. You are saying I am upset that she wants to spend time with her boyfriend, and that is not the case. I am upset because a good friend is being abused by her boyfriend. I wasn't upset he drove her to the party. I was upset that he was so insecure he wouldn't let her go to a gala with her friend she already had plans with. I wasn't upset he picked her up. I was upset he made her leave from an event she was really looking forward to, got all dressed up for, and would meet really important people that will help propel her career. I wasn't upset that she was bussed with her boyfriend instead of messaging me. I was upset that he is deciding who she can and can't text after meeting someone for a few fucking minutes. You're twisting my words, and pretty badly I might add. Don't quit your day job. This next part here was posted to Reddit Legal Advice, a place that really proves there is such a thing as stupid questions. I think this is my favorite post of the whole thing. Is it possible for an employer to get a restraining order for a friend on her behalf? Let's say I have a friend who is currently in an extremely abusive relationship to the point where it is affecting her work. I am also her supervisor. Would it be possible for me to ask for a restraining order from her boyfriend? Let's say she is in such a bad state that she cannot ask herself, is being forced not to. But me, along with a few other people, see how bad it is and want to get her out. Therefore, if we have several people that can attest to this, could this make a difference? Like, can we make an argument that she has been abused so badly she cannot make this decision for herself? If this is not technically possible, what is my next course of action? Thank you for your help. Him and a few other people, as in him and his mom, right? Somehow I doubt the boyfriend is the one that she wants a restraining order against. At this point he starts posting to Reddit off my chest. I guess this guy doesn't get how Reddit works because people were already following his account for more information on the story. And you think you're better off now? Laughable. I tried to help you and you gave me a giant middle finger. Hope you enjoy the hell you got waiting for you in the future. But you probably think you're better off. This cracks me up. Just wait when you come running back and asking for forgiveness, and I will just laugh at you as I am doing now. Good luck, you terrible excuse for a human being. Oh, and fuck you. She is a walking contradiction, and I'm the only one that sees it. You care about refugees so much, right? You want to help immigrants? You like social justice and want to keep working at non-profits? Yeah, looks great in a fucking resume, doesn't it? How about you tell everyone that you're also fucking a lobbyist who raises money for the very people creating those problems to begin with? You're a fucking liar, and you may have tricked a lot of other people, but I see right through you. Karma is going to hit you like a bitch, and don't come running back then. I'm only going to leave this door open for a little while longer. I hope you see the light soon, because you are only fucking up your own future. Man, these people are 24 years old. Should I be assuming everyone's on their lifelong career path by then? I don't think any of my friends were. What gets you hopping mad? When people ignore all the warning signs and then complain when things end up bad. Like, hey, everyone warned you, but no, you don't want to listen. 1 week later. Who is the most delusional person you've known? A friend whose delusion is slowly ruining her life, but at a certain point there's only so much you can do. Yeah, too bad legal advice told him he can't legally force her to leave her boyfriend. It seemed like a solid plan. Why did I even try? Fucking bitch. I have been in this profession a decade longer than you. I could have helped you move forward in your career. Now you're talking shit? You're really going to try to ruin my reputation when all I did was try to help? Do you know the connections I have? You think when you leave in a month you'll just slide in easily in some new job? I will fucking ruin you and make sure everyone knows how terrible of an employee you were. Man, he was talking about her like some sort of a prodigy in the industry earlier, and now she was a terrible employee. Funny how that works. This is what happens when you reject a nice guy. Let the games begin, you dumb bitch. Try to keep your fucking legs closed for a few minutes while I fix the damage you caused. You really have no idea how non-profits work, do you? This is such a small world, and you attack the one person who has helped you from the beginning. Oh, and thanks for not showing up at my boxing match. Even though we talked about it months ago and you said you would come. This just confirms you were never a friend and just using me. We don't need users like you in the business. Can't wait for you to go back into your cushy life where you don't know what real pain is. Leave the real work to people like me who genuinely care about helping. Yeah, she's so much of a whore because she stayed with the guy she's been dating for 5 years. And a month after that post, he's still not over it. When you finally see the light, I won't be at the end of the tunnel anymore. Dear friend, where do I even start? This Friday will mark a month since you left. 3 weeks ago marks a year since we met. I wonder if you even think about any of that, lol. Honestly, you probably do, but I know he wouldn't ever let you show it. Do you know that I haven't even had the strength to go on social media or Reddit for a while now? It reminds me too much of the memes we shared on Snapchat. But I'm tired of holding back my happiness because you choose to be dense. I know that off my chest isn't meant to be shared really, but this guy reminding her about the good times they had sending memes on Snapchat is killing me anyway. I remember like yesterday when you first walked in, nervous, unsure, but beautiful nonetheless. I immediately introduced myself. This is something I never do, as I have to maintain a role of authority, but something about you was different. Well, I thought so anyways. I could see that just speaking to me changed your demeanor. I had an effect on you. You never really worked in an office before and didn't realize how cold it would be. I offered you my blazer and you were so thankful. It put a smile on your face, but it was also when I first noticed that we would become good friends. Man, how things changed, huh? Wow, this dude really thought it was love at first sight or something. I'm sure they were never as close as he thought they were. Work friends for less than a year and all that. To be honest, I probably never should have become such a good friend to you. There lies my biggest mistake. People always tell me I'm too trusting and friendly, and until now, I really didn't want to believe it, lol. But I took you under my wing. With my help, you picked things up so quickly, faster than anyone I saw in a decade of this business. You had a future in this. You were promising. See how I said had? LOL. I still get a smile when I think about that meeting we had to present to Roger. You were so nervous, visibly shaking. Do you remember who gave you the encouraging words so you could go out there? Do you remember how delighted he was and all the compliments he gave you? You were ecstatic. You were made for this, and I was the one to show you that you could do it. On our way back from the presentation, I took you to the halal food truck. I still can't believe you never tried it. Haha, but you loved it. You would Snapchat me every time you went. But you threw it all away because you were weak. It really isn't your fault, I know, but I can't help but be angry that you were so weak. You let him gaslight you, abuse you, control you. He decided who your friends were. He decided who you text. He decides how long you stay out. But at the end of the day, you accepted it. You let him, and for that I don't think I can ever forgive you. I tried hard to get through to you, but instead you turned on me. You almost ruined everything I worked for, but alas, you came to your senses and at least dropped the ridiculous accusations. I guess I can at least respect that. You're supposed to use the word alas before you say something bad. This is like him describing meeting his wife or something, except none of this meant anything to anyone but him. Her friend from work just became the creepy guy from work. It's just really sad. There was a position open that you would have been perfect for. I told you it was going to open up very early on when we met. I was preparing you for it. If you didn't leave, you would be starting Monday. But no, another more qualified person will. Someone who actually wants to help people and not just themselves. What truly hurt is that you didn't show up for my match. I told you about how hard I have been working and you pretended to be supportive. You promised you wouldn't miss it, but where were you? I know you had nothing to do that night. I saw your status about how you started binging True Blood, something I introduced you to, by the way, so what was your excuse? Gross. Your behavior is just gross. Does this guy even remember that she already asked him not to talk to her unless it was essential for work? It doesn't seem like it. We could have built an empire, but I will now build it on my own. I was always going to. I just thought I would help a friend along in the journey. But it will be truly interesting when you're broke, lonely, and depressed in a few years because of this terrible mistake. When you come back to me looking for help and I will no longer be the guy who bends over backwards for you. I hope you remember that. You made this decision. You chose him over your future. You chose him over your career. You chose him over your friends that really cared for you. It's sad, pathetic really. I feel bad but also amused and angry. Today has just been hard because I found out the person we interviewed will start Monday. It just brought back a lot of memories and I just had to vent. But you probably don't care. You were acting just to boost your own ego, not because you ever cared about the people we helped. You are a sad and broken person. You are pathetic and it disgusts me how you acted at the end. But you will just be a smudge in my memories. Sincerely, Nice Guy. Gotta feel like he's a little obsessed considering the short time they've known each other. Okay, there's one more thing I should probably read, but I'll warn you that there's really no knowing if this is real or not. You can make your own decision on it. This guy says he's probably the boyfriend from the story. I'm a little late, but I'm pretty sure I'm the evil boyfriend this guy is referring to. I actually had difficulty remembering the details because of how untrue and inconsistent the OP's description of the events were. Super eerie and surreal all around though. On being asked if his girlfriend went to HR. HR was pretty cool with her and let her transfer to a different part of the company. I don't really know the details, but she's working with a brand new team than her previous one. On asked if OP was disciplined. There was an official report about the incident, but no word on any actions after that. We haven't had any other contact from Mr. Nice Guy either. Sorry I'm late again, but yeah, we've talked over the details a couple of times while this incident happened. I'll just note the severe inconsistencies. It wasn't a gala, just a normal fundraiser. Most people had button-ups and slacks on. It was during the fundraiser that he started being really creepy towards her. He started by introducing her as his date and kept insisting they were more than friends. Eventually, he became overly touchy, always trying to grab her lower back or always reaching to hold her hand. She finally had enough when he offered the two of them to go somewhere quiet together. She called me and told me to pick her up immediately. It's interesting to note that his version included a conversation between us, but that never happened. I was picking up some free food and drinks when my girlfriend immediately grabbed me and introduced me to the guy. I said hello and he didn't say a word. He kind of glared at me and muttered something I couldn't hear. Then he awkwardly tried to give my girlfriend a hug, but she quickly turns away and he said to call him when she comes home. She said she almost threw up when he said that. The whole thing really caught her by surprise because she said he was a really nice guy for the majority of the year. It was only around summertime he started acting strange. She only has a couple weeks left with that company, and she's going to be moving with me to a new place, so I don't really care what happens to that guy. Hope he finds Jesus or something, though. Well, I don't have much to say, and this video is way too long for me, so let's finish it up. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say about this saga, or about my content in general, please let me hear it in the comments. I'll be reading them. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more shit like this and whatever else I come up with. And finally, let's shout out my awesome patrons who support me more directly over on Patreon. It really helps, what with the booze prices and all. Jimmo, Ennui Blue, Levon, Maxo11X, MDB3000, Chris Sturman, Bumbus McDunga, Alberto 2001, Bethy Williams, Big Mike Shirley, Cacti Lady Wither, Cho, Daniel Delapena, Don Smith, Deborah Douglas, Leanne Summers, Ouroboros, Sammy, Sandyman, V stands for, Wernology, William Ash, Zephyrin, Psychic Kumquat, Alex Anakin, Alan Fang, Francois Tremblay, Knit1 Code 2, Lil Spoon, Biz Mayhem, S. Johnson, welcome, it's good to have you, and Petulant Panda. Thanks once again, it's really helping me out. Well, I am beat. This was a long video. Have a great day, everyone, and I guess be careful about going to any galas with your boss.